DeAndre Swift finally breaks out in his fourth game with the Chicago Bears. So let's talk about if this will continue or not. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears and here to talk about DeAndre Swift's breakout performance. Before I do that, if you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. That is the best way to support me, and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. All right, so let's get into this, people. DeAndre Swift finishes the game with 16 carries for 93 yards and a touchdown, and added through the air 7 catches for 72 yards against the Rams. And guess what? You probably benched him, right? If you drafted him in fantasy. So yeah, that's just so great. You know, he's hot garbage for 3 straight weeks. You're like, I'm finally benching DeAndre Swift, and then boom, pops off for nearly 30 fantasy points. So that's just fantastic. That's just how it goes, right? But in seriousness, folks, let's talk about if this is sustainable for DeAndre Swift. All right, first and foremost, what changed here? And to me, watching that game early on, it was very evident that the Bears were trying to run DeAndre Swift to the outside, not between the tackles, which makes sense. He's, you know, not a bruising running back that you put between the tackles. That's more of a Roshan thing. And, you know, he was decent at it. He was picking up some decent gains, but nothing crazy. But they kept at it, and then he finally popped off. He had that 1 touchdown run, obviously. But to me, the 7 catches for 72 yards, that's the difference. The dual threat ability is what makes DeAndre Swift special. He is not a guy where if he finishes the game with 15 for 100 and a touchdown, you are regularly going to expect that. He's a guy who will give you, you know, 70 to 80 yards on the ground, but then 40 to 50 yards through the air. He's a dual threat running back, and that is what he showed today, right? Being a guy that can, you know, make you miss in the air, and then also on the ground, he can provide that as well. So as far as if it's sustainable or not, it should be, because the schedule is still very, very favorable, all right? The Bears play in their next 4 games the Panthers, the Jags, the Commanders, and the Cardinals. None of those defenses scare me at all. And so DeAndre Swift should have no issues continuing this type of performance. Now, I'm not expecting, you know, 93 rushing yards and 72 receiving yards every game. But like I mentioned, if he can give you 70 yards rushing on the ground and, you know, 40 yards receiving, 30 to 40 yards receiving, I'm pretty happy with that. That would be ideal for DeAndre Swift. I still want Roshan Johnson mixed in. I still want Khalil Herbert to get a few carries. And to me, DeAndre Swift never has and never should be a bell cow running back. He should never be getting, you know, 20 plus carries. He's a guy who can make guys miss. Usually he hasn't been able to do that this season, at least through the first 3 games. And he is electric, you know, in the open field. So that's where, you know, he should be utilized as not as a bell cow back that you give the ball, put it in his belly for 20 times every game and try to wear down the defense. So I like the way the Bears used him. They should continue to use him how they did against the Rams. And hopefully he just needed to see a game like this to get his confidence back, right? So that's what I liked as well. I was really down on DeAndre Swift because he was playing like garbage, right? And I wanted Roshan to get more work. But I never expected DeAndre Swift to completely go away. I mean, we paid this man a lot of money. They're not about to pay you, you know, all this money and not choose you. DeAndre Swift has no choice. He's getting used. He got paid for it. So I should have known that that was never happening, right? So to me, this is a great sign that he finally broke out. It's like, you know, when you play ball and you just got to see one go through the net, and then you got your confidence back. So hopefully that's the case here. And he's got a bunch of cake matchups here to continue this, the confidence he got from this game and this performance, and continue to do that in these next few games. Because to me, part of the reason we were able to win this game, it was complementary football, right? The run game finally worked. You were able to move the ball through the air as well. All of the 3 phases of football played well together. And that's how you win football games, man. You don't want to be reliant on the offense and throw 90% of the time. You don't want to run 90% of the time. You want to have a balance, and that's usually going to be the best thing for everybody. So hopefully this is the case and it continues. I think it will, not to this extent, but I think DeAndre Swift will start to play better. But yes, don't feed him, 20 times a game. Still involve Roshan, still get Khalil Herbert a carry here or there. But I loved what I saw from DeAndre Swift against the Rams. Let me know what you guys think about that performance. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts as always. Thanks for watching.